Welcome, Kiva Price here for today's video, hip mobility and strengthening. Grab a ball. This ball is weighted at about 6 pounds, but you can use any ball. And I place it right between my thighs, not my knees. I'm going to start with pelvic tilts. Flattening your back against the mat and moving your pelvis backwards and forwards. We're working on warming up our low back spine. Nice and fluid, and on the last one, come up into a bridge and roll back down. You want to go into that pelvic tilt first, and then try to touch each bone as you lower back down. So you're rolling down and rolling up, peeling each of those back bones off the mat. On the last one, you're going to stay up and hold, and take your arms, move them up and down about 10 repetitions. Maintain that bridge, keep your hips lifted high, and now roll to lower back down. I'm just adjusting my ball a little bit for the single leg bridge. You're going into the bridge and then lifting one foot a few inches off your mat and lowering. And again, lifting the other foot off the mat a few inches and lowering. And then lowering your hips back down. Again, rolling up into that bridge, holding, keeping those hips up. Lifting one foot and the other, and rolling back down. Nice and smooth and fluid motion, reaching your fingertips long towards your feet. Lift and hold for a few seconds, about 3 seconds. And lowering back down. Keep reaching your arms towards your feet, fingertips towards your feet, and keeping a long neck. Almost done. And rolling back down. Last one, rolling up, lifting one foot, and lifting the other as you take your time to roll one bone down at a time. Okay, you can take the ball out, put it to the side, and grab a resistance band that's in the shape of a loop. You're going to grab that and bring it around your thighs, just above your knees. You're going to start with a single leg clam. Keeping your abdominals in, you're going to allow one leg to open up to the side, nice and smooth and controlled, and then bring it back in. The whole time, your upper body and your trunk are still in the same position, keeping the abdominals engaged, shoulders down your back, allowing that leg to tilt out to the side, and as you pull in, deepen those abdominals a little more. Making sure you're breathing. Don't forget about breathing. You should feel the outside of those thigh muscles working. And now, you're going to take your time after you've done 15 repetitions. We're going to move on to the other side. Making sure you're maintaining that neutral spine position. So that was halfway between your back being flat and your back being arched on the mat. Same thing on this side, nice and controlled, opening the leg out to the side, and then nice and controlled and slowly bringing it back in. You're taking nice deep inhales and exhales. Inhale the leg out and exhale, bring the leg back in. 15 repetitions of the single leg clam. I'll just show you the more advanced version. You're keeping your legs in tabletop as you open and close the legs to the side. If the other one was easy, you can try this next time. Okay, get rid of the band. We're going to go into some stretches, active stretches. Both legs, knees are long and knees are straight and extended. You're just moving that ankle up and down, and you should feel opening in the hip as you lower the other leg down, lift the other leg, try to extend the knee, opening up the back of the knee away from you and moving the ankle up and down, feeling that stretch in the front of the other hip, and nice and controlled to lower down. Take your feet out wide at the ends of your mat, and we're just rotating our legs side to side to feel a stretch in our psoas, the muscle in the front of our hips. Now, lay on your side, line your back up to the back of your mat. We're going to go into the clam, not just for strengthening, but also for mobility of this hip. You're keeping your back nice and straight, but you're lifting your leg. Your knee is going up towards the ceiling, or in my case, towards the sky. Working on moving that hip joint more into this external or outward rotation. Don't worry if you don't go so high. Just focus in on lifting as high as you can go, maintaining your spine in a straight position. Don't roll back towards the opposite side. You can also do this exercise with your back against a wall, and that'll help you to maintain your spine's position. Okay, we're switching to the other side, lining your back up to the mat, the edge of the mat. Legs are forward slightly. Engage, pull in those abdominals, and lift and lower. Lift and lower. Again, 15 repetitions. As you're doing this side, check in to see if it feels the same as the other leg. Are the muscles more fatigued? Do you get any pain? Can you lift this leg as high as the other? Now roll onto your bellies. If you have some low back pain, you can put a pillow under your pelvis. But we're going to start with some glute lifts. Your knees bent and you're pressing your foot up, up, up into the ceiling, or in my case, the sky. Keeping those abdominals engaged, you want to lift that thigh off the mat, only as high as you can go, that you don't cause a large arch in your back. And extend that leg out and repeat on the other side. The sole of the foot is pushing straight up into the air. The other foot, the toes are actually into the mat. So you can see the back of my foot is not flat on the mat in the other leg. Nice and controlled, lifting and lowering, and stretch everything out. Now, to get out of this position, we're going to go into a plank on our knees and then walk ourselves back. And now we're going to go into a couple final stretches for the piriformis muscle. This hip muscle that's in your behind. You're going into a bit of a rotation. It's a thick muscle that runs right over your sciatic nerve. So we want that muscle to be relaxed so it doesn't press on the sciatic nerve. As I cross my leg over a little more to get more of a stretch, you can see this is a little more challenging. Well, thanks for joining me. Check me out at Kiva Price Pilates.